1st of September 2001, a date that will stay with all England fans forevermore. The venue, Munich, for a crucial World Cup qualifier between Germany and England. The Germans had won the previous encounter at Wembley, the last game as manager for Kevin Keegan, and poignantly, the last beneath the famous Twin Towers. England had to reap their revenge. Going into the match, Sven-Göran Eriksson's side had a game in hand, but was 6 points behind the Germans. Defeat would mean automatic qualification for Germany, who were so confident they'd even booked international friendlies on the dates set for the playoff matches. They could point to a 28-year unbeaten record in Munich and the fact they'd only lost 1 out of 60 World Cup qualifiers. But could England be their nemesis? Match commentary comes from Trevor Brooking and firstly John Motson.
And talking of the teams, I'm sure by now you know the England lineup, but let's have a look at the Germans first, because Rudi Völler is able to field 7 of the side that won at Wembley last October. 2 of the other 4 are injured and 1 is suspended. Oliver Bierhoff is on the bench, but there are 3 Bayern Munich players on their home ground. The captain and goalkeeper Oliver Kahn, the defender there, Linke at the back, who Alan was talking about with Novotny, and Janker, Carsten Janker, the tall number 9, who Peter Reid mentioned. He's up front with Neuville. Janker also plays for Bayern Munich. Dietmar Hamann of Liverpool there in midfield, who scored what proved to be the last Wembley goal. He wins his 34th cap tonight. But Tottenham's Christian Ziege, the most cap player in the German squad, is only on the bench. Jörg Böhmer there from Schalke is preferred at left back. And talking of the match at Wembley, when of course Kevin Keegan was the England coach, there are 5 survivors in the England team, including David Seaman, back in goal shortly before his 38th birthday, and Nick Barmby, who fills that problematic left-sided position, with Emil Heskey chosen up front with Owen. And they'll be asked to repeat their assault on Bayern last Friday. Campbell and Ferdinand renew their defensive partnership, and at right back, Gary Neville, preferred to his brother Phil, wins his 46th cap, 2 ahead of the captain David Beckham, whose fitness is still a matter for some discussion, Trevor.
It is. I must say I'm delighted to see him out there leading the team. I think the big test will be very early on. He'll probably play some short early balls, 10-15 yarders. It's when he tries to hit a long crossfield pass, or perhaps there's a free kick, a set piece corner kick that he wants to put in one of those crosses or a free kick, and that will be the test then from a standing ball. But we all hope that he will get through the 90 minutes, but I must say it probably is a gamble. Let's see how he goes.
Certainly a word of praise for the 2 physios, Gary Lewin and Alan Smith, who've worked on David Beckham virtually non-stop since last Monday. They've got him fit to start, and on the right there is one of the German strikers, Oliver Neuville. Ballack. No hurry to come forward there, were they? Harman now sees an opportunity to put Ballack in possession, and Neuville to Janker! It's a goal for Germany! And it's Carsten Janker! Only 6 minutes gone. And the Bayern Munich player strikes first on his own ground. The build-up was slow at first, but suddenly they exploded from midfield. It's Michael Ballack who plays the ball through to Oliver Neuville. The header on has England standing around, really. And Janker prompted it home.
That was great build-up. Look at Neuville, backpedaling, gets behind Rio Ferdinand, who picks up the run of Sol Campbell, doesn't watch Janker. You've got to say they were both ball-watching central defenders, and it's a very simple goal. Well worked, but it was a soft one. Perhaps either to get one of the strikers, whether it be Heskey and Owen, or pushing Scholes in further to stop him getting the ball. He at the moment is the focal point for all the German play, whether he receives it off the back 3 or one of the midfield players alongside him.
And somebody's got to get to grips with him, haven't they? This is Gerrard looking for Owen. Well, the free kick's been given. It was Deisler who pushed his elbow in the back of Owen there. Silly place to give away a free kick.
Well, it's ridiculous. Mike was going to find it very difficult to do anything with that. Now David Beckham over on that side, no doubt curling it in towards the goal. Now can England hit back?
Gerrard is standing just behind Scholes. And Sol Campbell is up. Beckham takes. Gerrard waiting here. Oh, as Campbell getting in first. Now it's come All the way back to Neville. Now, are they offside? No, they're not. There's a chance of an equaliser here, and they've done it! Michael Owen, yet again, for England. It's the Germans' turn to stand like statues. And England equalise after only 12 minutes play. Khan came out, but he was all over the place.
What a start to this game. Nick Barmby, I thought, was going to head it towards goal. Very unselfish, though. Knocked it square. Michael Owen didn't panic, composed himself and kept it down. But this good little controlled header by Gary Neville. And everyone's coming out. I think Sol Campbell and Rio Ferdinand might have been in an offside position, but they were coming out. And certainly when Nick Barmby, who eventually headed it to Michael Owen, he wasn't offside. So good decision, I think, by the officials. But again, Germany coming out at the wrong time. England capitalising on it. What a start.
Wristband on Pierluigi Collina, and sometimes when he waves his right arm you think he is showing a yellow card. In fact, he isn't. Owen for England. Beckham. Heskey wants the ball crossed now. With a free kick. Linker this time. On Owen. Now, is this Beckham territory?
Going a bit reckless, trying to go through the forward. Not the ideal side for David Beckham, but I don't think you'll worry about that.
Sol Campbell has gone up to join Emil Heskey on the far side of the penalty area. Well, everybody looking at David Beckham, especially Oliver Kahn. Very close from here.
Didn't hit it as well as I'm sure he would have hoped. It almost looked as if it went through the wall. Let's see. They all jump up. Just went to the left side of them. Oliver Kahn then stuck a little bit in the middle and wasn't too convinced that it was not going to sneak in near his post. But in fact, it was going away from goal, wasn't it?
I thought he might have got there a shade late, Kahn, actually. Opening up the game a bit here to Burma. Paul Scholes with the challenge. Novotny. Now is Janker offside? No, he's not. The flag stayed down and England were caught a bit there, and they may still be, because in the middle, Deisler. What a ghastly miss. Sebastian Deisler, very much the glamour boy, if you like, of German football, is given an opportunity here, which surely at international, well, you don't see those missed at this level too often.
Well, it's unbelievable. Janker was offside when the ball was
forward by Gerrard. Heskey waited to try and flick it on. Oh, and Novotny manages to get a head to it. Oh, look at this. Michael Owen. Oh, was it a back pass? Yes, the goalkeeper can't pick that up, surely. What is Kahn doing? That's going to be a free kick to England inside the area.
Well, this was panic stages. What a pass that is, like, with the pace of Mike. Yeah, Oliver Kahn thinking to himself, well, can I kick this? But it definitely has to be penalised. And what a chance this is.
Well, it's somewhere near the penalty spot, and the Germans will have to go virtually on the goal line. Well, it's a very good appeal, and he's right. Now, Beckham surely is at the centre of this. The referee is taking his time because he's pacing it out. It's closer in than the penalty spot. Actually, they've got to be on the line, surely.
Just being where the goalkeeper is on the left of them, I thought he might be in front of them all, but they've got a wall one side, the goalkeeper the other.
There's only one thing on his mind. The arm is up for indirect, by the way, so there has to be a little touch before Beckham can strike. And he does strike! And now he lays it off. And Neville! England players holding their heads. And a very brave block by somebody on the line.
Fantastic block. Look, he takes this right in the midriff. Last man it was, Raymer, number 7. He's staying down, but David Beckham going high for the wall, hoping it's just going to bypass them, but they stood the line well.
Here's Burma. It's very watchable, but it is littered with mistakes, this match. Forward by Novotny, and that's Neville!
There was the marking again. I mean, Neuville did very well, but look, it's knocked in there. He's on the arc of the 18-yard box. He chests it up, swivels, and hits the shot, and he doesn't get challenged. So, I mean, he's only fortunately got one going 26, but I think he looked very sharp this evening. Little and large, the comparison of Janka and Neuville, but they've linked up very well and been a lot more dangerous and threatening than one would have anticipated.
Oh, he's played that straight to Janka. Here's Burma. Working the ball on that left foot again. Janka. Burma! Good save by David Seaman. He was alert there. It's a corner.
Fantastic save. Absolutely brilliant save. That is good 1-2. Hits it with his left foot, and that is going right in the corner. It's almost beyond him, and he's got down and skidding off the top. I think that is a fantastic save. Absolutely crucial last minute before the interval.
Linker and Novotny have come forward for the corner for Germany. England in no hurry this time. Beckham looking for Neville, though. That's a good ball, and it was well collected by Gary Neville, and here's a chance. No, there isn't. Just couldn't find Barmby. Well, as Novotny challenged Beckham, I thought the referee was going to blow for half-time.
I think we've got time to take it.
Well, it looks as though we have. Beckham is the player here, taken out by Novotny. And England are piling people forward in the centre here. Ferdinand's coming up. Campbell. Beckham takes, not one of his better ones, but it's a second chance for him to get the ball in. Gerrard. Oh, it's hit in, yes! Gerrard's shot was deflected, but it's 2-1 England. A smiling Sven. And a jubilant English end of the stadium. Right on half-time. Underneath that pile of players is Steven Gerrard.
I hope he survived. What a strike this is. It's a deliberate knockback. Rio Ferdinand chests it down, and it's in from the minute it left his boot. Watch Rio Ferdinand as it comes in. Look, he deliberately knocks it back. He knows he's there, chests it down, and he's 30 yards out, zips off the top. What a strike from Steven Gerrard.
First sightings, I thought maybe to just brush Michael Owen as it went through, but I don't think anybody does get a touch. Barmby who nearly touched it, but it's a goal for Gerrard. It's a goal for England, and they lead Germany 2-1 in the World Cup qualifier at half-time.
What a half it's been. Fantastic performance. Steven Gerrard getting the old hand slap there. Great finish. Michael Owen's been superb. Gary Neville and David Beckham did very well down there in the whole of the first half, but also to win that free kick one. Eventually the actual goal came from. But a terrific half.
He's not been at his best tonight, the German captain. Here's Asamoah. And offside, Carsten Janka.
Yeah, that was always comfortably offside, and certainly at the other end, though. Good link up, the Heskey-Owen partnership, the header going on then with his pace. And I must say, Khan, I thought could have just held on to it, decided to punch, and he wouldn't have known if there was any English player following up. But that pairing of Owen and Heskey still looking threatening.
It certainly is. I don't want to tempt fate, but I'm going to tell you in a moment how the group would look if England were to hold on to this lead, because it is significant. This is Scholes. We would then be 3 points behind Germany. England would have 2 games left and Germany only 1. So if all those games were won by the respective... Here comes Heskey. Not allowing me to finish. Beckham. Now can he finish? Heskey. Oh, heads it down. Owen again. And England have gone into a 3-1 lead here in Munich. Michael Owen gets his second of the match. Oh, fantastic stuff. What a good build-up. And England start the second half in lightning fashion. It's David Beckham first of all, then there's a touch from Heskey, and look at that for a precise header down. And what about the finish, Trevor?
Well, it's a great move. Beckham does really well here. Heskey, cushion header, the partnership again, and that is a man full of confidence. He just hit it on the up, didn't hesitate, struck it well, and Kana, though he got a hand to it, couldn't hold on to it. Bounces up. This is not easy to hit, I can assure you, and he's just pinged it sweetly, and it's got the power to beat Khan. 3-1. What a start to the second half.
I wonder what price you get against that score. Ballack. And Asamoah again. That's a decent little ball into Deisler. Oh, and Janker. And, oh, another bad miss. Michael Ballack this time.
It was an excellent move. Asamoah did well. Great ball from Deisler. Unselfish. I thought Janker might have gone for the goal. He knocked it back deliberately to Ballack. More of a natural left footer, Ballack, and this ends up on his right side. Look, unmarked, unchallenged, completely sliced.
Just going back to Beckham, Trevor, Steve McManaman is getting ready for action over on the England bench there. I'm just wondering whether that movement of Beckham to one position and then back to another. Anyway, let's hold on. Here's Janker. You can't get a sentence out in this game. There's so much happening, but I'm trying to suggest that maybe Raymer. Ballack. Asamoah takes on Cole. It's a foul by Cole on Asamoah. And we're now going to have the substitution. Nick Barmby is the player going off, to be replaced by Steve McManaman. That's a straight switch on the left-hand side.
Yeah, which again we say David Beckham is having no problem with his injury, and so that's good he's staying on. Nicky Barmby has not sort of been a regular in the Liverpool side. He got an injury tail end of last season. I think he's done a very good job on that left-hand side, but important possibly now to bring Steve McManaman on just to release from an attacking point of view. Hopefully he can get into the game quickly.
Well, he's got to defend a free kick to start with, to be taken on this side of the pitch. Janker coming in. Oh, and Germany were nearly back in it there. He got there first, Carsten Janker.
Well, we saw against Liverpool last week. He's so strong. Look, backing in there to the goal. Good header in front of Rio Ferdinand. Just couldn't perhaps get the actual glancing header, and in fact got more power. Just missed the target. That was close, though.
Just goes to show that you can never relax. England were... Here's Michael Owen now. England were, what, 2-0 up against Germany in 1970 in Mexico? Lost 3-2. So, don't... Oh, Owen's through again for England. What a chance for the hat-trick here. Owen! Oh, this is getting better and better and better. 1, 2, 3 for Michael Owen. England lead 4-1 in Germany. Pinch yourself, please. Owen gets... Well, they're appealing for offside, the Germans. He's caught them square, and he is lethal.
Well, it's absolutely brilliant. You won't get that match ball off him. Steven Gerrard does brilliant. He wins the ball perfectly, then pass into his stride. Look, he looks up, picks his spot. Again, he gets his hand to it, but he's so confident at the moment. Gerrard releases the ball perfectly. Heskey is offside, but he's not involved at all. Looks up. Where's he going to play it? 4-1. Well.
There's been a German substitution while you've been talking.
I think Ballack's gone off, and it's number 18 closer, another attacker, but 4-1 down. Goodness me.
Just enjoying watching Michael Owen slot that one in again, but yes, I think it is probably Ballack who's gone off, and a closer is his replacement. But just look at that. It's a 4-1 win for England. Here's Asamoah. Oh, it's a header down. That chance there for Raymer, and Seaman comes to make the save. Another let-off for England.
I think it was a good chest down, but closer. Raymer is more of a defensive player, just was on his heels. Great chest, and he actually, look, he was on his heels, not anticipating. If he'd have kept his run going, which is what Klose spotted, then he would have actually got there comfortably before Seaman. But again, the Germans...
Scholes. Beckham. Scholes again. Now, Heskey's to his left unmarked. Emil Heskey, could it be 5? Yes, it is! This is developing into one of the most memorable performances that an England team has put up in recent years. Scholes to Heskey, unmarked again. Raymer can't get to him. Goalkeeper out. Nicely finished. Listen to this. Germany 1, England 5.
Well, they'll be almost dancing in the streets by now. That was a wonderful ball by David Beckham. Paul Scholes has done a good job. You haven't noticed him too much, but he's worked very hard in midfield. Look at him make the run. That gives the passing option for Beckham. Simple across. Emil Heskey, I thought he'd waited too long, but just calmly tucked it away. 5-1, and, well, just rampant.
Even beats the 4-1 against Holland in Euro 96, doesn't it? That was regarded, that one under Terry Venables, as one of England's best recent performances. But Sven-Göran Eriksson's team have currently gone one better. Raymer. Owen shoved off the ball there by Deisler. That's one of the better German moves.
Well, you just hark back to that statistic before the game. One defeat in 60 matches qualifying, and that was against Portugal, who had already got through. So to win 5-1, well, there it is.
And on that very suitable note, the final whistle goes. Sven-Göran Eriksson's team become only the second side ever to beat Germany in a World Cup qualifier. The first time they've lost in a meaningful one, and it happens in their own stadium in Munich, where they were unbeaten for 20